So what a 50 hertz unit is it's going to sample the sky, the rider's position, 50 times a second. So extreme accuracy. When you download that on the Google map, it's going to give you a very, very smooth line versus a 5 hertz unit that's like choppy with those, it's all pixelated. And if you want to see if you took the inside line, if you're in the middle of the track, that's kind of important. It's touchscreen, and it'll work with your gloves.
Really?
So there's no buttons to screw with other than the one power button, and it's expandable, so you can take that memory card out, put a bigger memory card in,
Okay.
And just about every track in North America is preloaded on here. So all you have to do is go to the track, turn it on, give it 5 seconds, it'll see the satellite, and then it'll turn around and it'll say, oh, I'm here at Autobahn. Here I am at Laguna Seca. Because it knows if I go outside right now, it's going to say Daytona, because Daytona is the closest track.
Right, okay.
Which is pretty cool. With the internal accelerometer in it, once it sees the satellite, the GPS signal there, and it senses that you're above 2 miles an hour, it's going to start to record.
Okay.
So
you automatically
basically turn it on.
Really?
Put the key in the ignition and go.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. And then of course when you come off the track, you'll hit it one more time to stop it. It's going to flash your best lap and hold that for 5 seconds and then return back to the menu screen.
Okay.
Of course you want to dive in, look at the lap data and say, okay, on that lap I was 120 miles an hour top speed, lap 2 126. It's going to give you that.
Okay.
And we've got 2 units. These are both the next.
Okay.
But the start unit looks exactly the same. It's a GPS lap timer, high speed.
That's cool.
But you could put splits on it. So I can go into the software I give you, say here's Groton. I'm going to put a split at turn 3, one at 4, one at 7, and then it'll tell you on the device. Okay.
And you can do it all right from there.
All from. You want to do the splits at home on the software.
Okay. Gotcha.
But if you get to a track, let's say they open up a new track somewhere, and I didn't get a chance to make a map for it. You literally walk out, you hit the button, it says, okay, I can see the coordinates, and then you name it, Van's track.
Gotcha.
Whatever the new track is called. And then the next is the data logger unit.
Okay.
So that's the unit that lets you come home, download your software that we give you, and do your trajectory, and then you can do all sorts of comparison. You can expand with the unit as well, so you'll take this off, go into a box that we give you, it's an additional, and then through there you can put throttle position, brake pressure, RPM, and front and or rear suspension with cellular potentiality.
Okay, cool.
So it does have the ability to scale up and add additional channels, that's awesome, which is pretty nice, yeah. Lithium-ion battery, and there's no external GPS. So you're at the track, your buddy wants to use it, boom, here, put it on your bike.
Okay.
You don't have to take the wire off, none of that. So, it's pretty easy to use
and you said that's
quite powerful.
That's the most accurate one, the highest rating of 50 hertz?
Correct. Both the start and the next are both 50 hertz.
Oh, okay.
It's just one does the data logging, the other one doesn't.
Okay, gotcha. So, and that's the one that does the data logging is the one you can use with like the post-editing software.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Because it's recording all those channels of data.
Okay.
The other one will just give you your high speed per lap, your lap time, and how many laps you did. And it's got the memory, so even if you look back a year from now, I was here, Gingerman, you can go back and take it.
What about the battery?
Quite long.
Is it?
Quite long.
Cool.
I mean, I think on the start, because it doesn't do the data logging, last year, 10, 12 track days.
Wow.
Yeah. The next will probably last year, it's about half of that, maybe about 6 track days, six full weekends.
That's solid.
So it's still pretty solid, yeah. And these are the Kevlar carbon fiber tank sliders, R6, Panigale, and R1. They're Kevlar lined. So if you do use them, and it does go through, it won't go through that Kevlar, and you won't have a gas tank fire.
Right.
Which you certainly don't want. So,
how do you install those? What type of adhesive?
people are doing these with double-sided tape, or I like to use the silicone.
Okay.
Because it's just a smoother, cleaner fit, and then it kind of you can take it off. A double-sided tape has been known to pop off.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably wouldn't trust that. But.
So people do both, but we encourage people to use a little bit of silicone.
Cool.
Yeah. These are only used 750 watts a pair. internally, if you look at our warmer, you'll see that the wiring on it comes all the way to the edge. If you look at other people's warmers, you'll see sometimes a 3 to 4 inch gap.
Right.
I don't understand that. So when you thermal image our warmer after it's been heating, you're going to see on the thermal camera how hot and how even and how evenly dispersed it is. Internally, there's also a little aluminum metallic foil in here that's going to reflect the heat back.
Right.
So we had a lot of guys that come up to me at the track and say, I bought these cheap, no-name warmers. I got a great deal. Look how hot they are, Scott. I said, yeah, buddy, but the heat's just coming right out to the top.
Right.
Feel mine, then don't feel that hot. Put your hand inside, you're going to yank your hand right out.
Right.
The heat's going in and down.
Right.
That's what you want,
Yeah, the core temperature.
For 2016, we're especially excited because what we're doing to the warmers is we're adding a breakaway cord here.
Oh, cool.
For the guy that decided to leave his warmers on, and this way it'll come off easier and less likely to rip it out. We're also adding a neoprene skirt.
Okay. Very cool.
Which will help keep the heat in even more.
Yeah, those are nice.
Even with the power of the 15, we found that we really don't need it. It's just really for luck. But it does help, especially in some colder and early in the season, late in the season, some windy days. And so we're adding it as we just continue to develop the product.
Cool.
So we're looking forward to that,